Road from the Fairgrove FFA chapter. Just like any other winter night in mid-Missouri, it was dipping into negative temperatures. And like livestock do, in the dead of night, our best show ewe began to give birth. Thanks to the cameras we had recently bought and installed, we knew right away and hurried down. By the time we got down there, we could already see the lamb's feet. We stayed by her side, helping her until the first lamb was born. Immediately, we helped her dry it off using a hairdryer and a towel, when suddenly she started going into labor once again. We repeated the process with the second lambs, helping them both get acquainted in their new home, when suddenly she went into labor yet again. That night, she had 3 healthy babies she raised into big, healthy animals we later utilized on our farm. While a sheep raising triplets isn't as common as twins, a ewe can have up to 6 lambs every 2 years, while a cow will only have 2 to 4 in the same amount of time. Today, I'm going to tell you why sheep are not only the most cost-effective, but resilient option that the everyday outdoorsman can have, raise, and consume, especially in the less than ideal times we are all going through today. Not only are sheep the most cost-effective, but resilient option, costing around $200 less per ewe than per cow, costing the average American eats around 6.5 lambs a year, costing around $1,064. Where to sustain yourself on beef, it would cost you around $1,350 per person. Another reason sheep are more cost-effective is because the more ewes you graze, the cheaper and cheaper things will become, costing only around $1.05 a ewe to graze a month. When you're ready to get your lambs packaged, it will cost you around $63. But sheep, if treated like deer, can be butchered at home by any person who has basic butchering knowledge. If you were to raise lambs, not only are they good to eat, but you could make a decent amount of money selling them for their meat. If you were to buy a processed lamb, it would cost you around $320, and a half a processed lamb would be around $165, where you could buy a lamb on hoof for only around $200, giving you the ability to make a substantial amount of money raising lambs and selling them for their meat. You could even save an ample amount of money raising your own lambs and keeping them for your own meat. Within the sheep industry, there are many different options that you can choose from to best fit your terrain, making it easier for the everyday outdoorsman to pick what best fits their needs. Because of this fact, lambs can produce high-quality meat products on low-quality forages. On good pasture, you can fit 6 to 8 lambs an acre. But with grain and added, you can fit even more than that, being more like a deer in size. The fact that any person who has basic livestock knowledge can raise them is very true, as sheep can be on as low as a 12% protein diet, meaning they can be efficient on a grain or grass diet. They can even survive on as low as a 9% protein diet. They can also efficiently consume forages such as clover, fescue, timothy, orchard grass, and Kentucky bluegrass, but are not limited to these, with the ability to also consume crushed corn and black brush. For sheep are very resilient animals, and if you graze them with cattle, they tend to reduce predators. Lambs are also a good option to graze with animals such as goats. Not to mention the nutritional benefit of eating lamb over beef. While they aren't the most common option, they're still an option that most Americans have access to. Being one of the healthiest red meats you can eat, they're very nutritious. And sheep tend to have higher levels of protein, vitamins, and minerals, including iron, zinc, and vitamin B12, as they also contain antioxidants, which in regular consumption can lead to muscle growth, maintenance, and increased performance. In lamb, there are also different flavors you can choose from based on your preferences. If you like a more tender lamb with a more mild flavor, then lamb is what you choose. But If you prefer a stronger flavor with a fattier meat, then you'd like mutton instead. Either way, both are extremely nutritious options. Today, we discussed why in the less than ideal times we are all going through today, with meat shortages and limited contact to people, is an option that the everyday person can utilize all on their own. From the easier home butchering to the fact that they can produce higher quality products on lower quality forages. Not to mention the nutritional benefit of eating lamb over beef. While they aren't the most popular option throughout the U.S., they are an option that should be taken into extremely high consideration. For as we all now know, lamb is easier on the pocketbook and more resilient. They also have higher quality byproducts and are overall the most efficient option. Thank you.